All right, welcome back to the back porch, where we like to watch these videos and listen to them and talk about them and see what's going on in the debate world. And this one is Andrew Wilson destroys Matt Dillahunty in 8 minutes. Now, I'm going to save you from listening to Matt's opening statement of secular humanism and all of its stuff. If you listen to a lot of debates, you already know this is the same thing. They come up with this manifesto, and they have their own type of pretty much almost religious belief. So let's jump right into it. I'm ready to hear what Andrew Wilson, how he destroys Matt Dillahunty right here, and let's listen and enjoy.
Minutes, so thank you for being here, Andrew, and the floor is yours.
You're welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrew Wilson. I am the host of the one and only Crucible, the fastest growing debate channel on the internet. James, just in case you didn't know. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate everybody being here. All of you are way too stodgy in this room. Very low energy. Just wanted to let all of you know that. Ladies and gentlemen of all pronouns, the Z's, the Zers, the hims, and hers, I would like to thank you for tuning in today for this exciting in-person conference on modern day debate. My name is Andrew Wilson. There's a few ways this debate could go. The topic is Christian ethics versus secular humanism. Which has a better foundation? The funny thing is, I already won that topic because, as Matt explained to Jay Dyer, he has no justification under the skeptical belief structure to give an accounting for any meta-ethical presupposition he may have. He just kind of grants himself stuff. He grants himself logic, he grants himself reason, he grants himself an entire worldview, even though he's using an unjustified starting position for it. So I'm not honestly all that interested in doing the God not real dough debate, because one, it's boring, and two, it's also really boring. It goes...
Thank God, because if you've been listening to the debate world long enough, it's so tiring to hear this God is not real, or prove God is whatever. I mean, it's so boring. I mean, once you've heard like 30, you've heard enough. I mean, it's crazy. So I'm ready to hear what Andrew has.
Like this. I don't see enough evidence and remain unconvinced there's a God. Then I say, but you use a theistic worldview of justification like there is a God to grant yourself logic and everything else. So instead of that, I'm just going to grant Matt's entire worldview. Oh. 2/3 or more of this entire planet are all operating inside of a shared delusion that they were created by a sky daddy who loves him some slavery and murderousness. He thinks it's funny to kind of cosmically with people. That's his deal, kind of his whole thing. That's Matt's worldview. So now Matt's right, and the question becomes, should we let them to continue to...
I mean, you want to be honest about it. Matt Dillahunty can sit there and shake his head and go, come on, man. It's true. It's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, I've been following Matt Dillahunty from his very beginning. What was the show in Texas? The Atheist Experience, his very first episode. So this is, I mean, Andrew wasn't wrong. Matt can sit there and go, all he wants, but Andrew wasn't wrong.
Believe in this nonsensical Stone Age madness, or do we stop them from engaging in it? My contention is, even if God isn't real at all, that people acting as though he is still superior to whatever nonsensical egalitarian worldview Matt can come up with. See, Matt also just acts as though the things he believes are true. He believes, and therefore acts as though logic is real, math is real, everything is real based on his presuppositional belief that they are real. You see, human flourishing, the cornerstone of Matt's ideology and that of secular humanism, is totally meaningless. Flourishing by whose metric? From my perspective, for instance, attempting to lie to people who claim men can be women isn't human flourishing. From Matt's perspective, it is.
Absolutely.
Why? Why should the collective of humanity lie and say men can get pregnant? Why should they say that men can have periods? Things which are categorically and obviously false. That preserving homosexuality in society is good for human flourishing, even though they are reproductive dead ends.
Exactly.
And that Western society and egalitarianism is superior to those evil theist society, even though the Western nations can't even reproduce their own populations, but instead have to replace their population with foreigners from those theist nations that can reproduce. Let's start with a basic societal question recently asked of the West, who has now embraced a scientific and non-theistic approach to governing. Super basic.
I'm very thrilled that Andrew brought this up about the homosexuality, the reproduction, and so forth and so on. See, there was a time in my life that I thought maybe I was an atheist at some point. And what I came to realize is that the atheist lifestyle or whatever leads you in a direction of liberal theology, liberal thoughts. You have to. It was hard for me being a conservative and a atheist to function in the atheist society, because I was constantly having to battle the atheist to say, look, this doesn't make any sense, and so forth and so on. But it's a good thing that I'm no longer an atheist. I'm not saying I'm a Christian or anything like that, but I'm saying that I'm not an atheist. And it's like the atheist, you have to embrace things like the LGBT community. You have to embrace that men can get pregnant. You have to. You're forced to embrace those things because of what they stand for, and it's like this manifesto forces you to embrace those things, and I'm glad Andrew brought this up, because this is one of the topics that I have always argued against the atheist experience.
Question every kindergartner knows. If you don't believe me, go watch Kindergarten Cop. The question posed to the Western nation is, can a man be a woman? Right?
Exactly.
To the question of if a man can be a woman, they say the answer is yes. And the way we will decree they can be a woman is by simply saying that woman now means male. Problem solved. Thank you, secular humanists. Thank you so much. Nope, not kidding. Why, you ask, would people be this over-the-top stupid? Well, it's simple. The good is the good, man. We have to do what's good for human society and human flourishing. And if you don't call these deranged lunatics something they obviously aren't, they might self-terminate. So in order to avoid that, we need to make everybody on planet Earth lie to them.
Exactly.
This is human.
So what I would like to add to this, since this is my YouTube channel, is the fact that how is this flourishing the population? How is homosexuality, where you can't reproduce or become members of society where they reproduce, how does that help you in society? It doesn't. It declines. This is one of the arguments that I've always had, is that this is one of the main sticking points to my belief system when it comes to life, is I understand that, and I don't have a problem. If you want to be gay or do those things, then do your thing. But at the same time, I mean, don't sit there and grill me and say, oh, you should accept this because of the secular movement or whatever. I mean, why? Because it doesn't help society at all. It does nothing but hinder it, because it you can't reproduce. You can't grow the population. You can't. I mean, it's just stupid. It's not natural. It's dumb. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Let's keep going.
True. How laughably absurd this worldview is. Matt will often say, I remain unconvinced. Well, Matt, I'm also going to use your standard. I need for you to 100% convince me beyond a shadow of a doubt that males can have babies. What's the answer going to be? No, Andrew, you big stupid. Males can't have babies, men can have babies, because we just defined man to include females, dummy. Well, Matt, I remain unconvinced. I'd like Matt to convince me that if you are a male and you are having sex with another male, which would not be allowed in my version of a secular humanist worldview, how is it that you're not just basically having sex with a guy with a wig on? I really want to know the answer to that question. Not just me, but all rational people who aren't lunatics.
Oh, Lord.
Also want to know why "it's ma'am" isn't a complete and total crock of garbage. Because I remain unconvinced that it isn't a total lie, and that these people don't just pervert the language to include their own perversions and then add human flourishing at the end. Matt has said he wouldn't make a law stopping 9-year-olds from having sex with each other. Not kidding.
Ooh.
Now, I know this is going to sound a little bit totalitarian, but I would in fact create laws that made it a crime for a 9-year-old to have sex with their 9-year-old. I would hold the parents criminally liable.
So is that what something Matt said? I missed that. Maybe he did. I've been out of the debate watching game for about a year and a half. So did Matt really say that he wouldn't pass a law that children's? I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, there should be laws against children having sex with adults. Did Matt really say that? We'll see.
For allowing this to happen in my evil authoritarian society, where I don't even let 9-year-olds have sex or the parents go straight to jail for negligence. Now, I think that's better for human flourishing. I think maybe parents would be far less likely to let their 9-year-olds do that if they went to jail. Stupid me. Next, I would in my authoritarian society decree that all simulated sex acts in public were criminal offenses and would make sure that all people went to prison for the crime of indecency, which doesn't assist with human flourishing, and I'd like to know why I'm wrong. Secular humanism can basically be whatever the hell you want it to be. It doesn't really need the principle of freedom or the starting axiom of freedom and peace in order to postulate whatever it wants. It's sloganeering. They're slogans. They don't mean anything. Okay, why do 9-year-olds need to be able to have sex in order to advance humanity? Why do we need to lie about a person's sex in order to advance humanity? Why are these things necessary for human flourishing? Why are decency laws bad? Why would Christian ethics stop flourishing when the theist mandate is to reproduce, and the secular mandate is let's just all have sex and have fun, bro? That sounds way worse for human flourishing. In fact, I would say not reproducing is a worst possible thing for human flourishing, because if there's no humans, how do you flourish? So, I guess, in essence, step 1, I remain unconvinced. Step 2, I need to be convinced, so I'm no longer unconvinced. And step 3, but God not real dough doesn't matter here. I've already granted it to still demonstrate just how stupid this ideology actually is. With that, I'll yield my time, and I'm happy to get into it.
Hey, James, I just sent you a message.
All right. We are going to kick it into an open discussion, so 50 minutes and...
So Matt has been steadily, for the last 2 minutes of this video, texting someone. Obviously, it's James. What is he talking about? Well, let's see.
Let's kick it.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and dignify the preparation that I went through and what people were here for.
You're so indignant.
Keep interrupting me.
I am.
Bitch.
Okay.
You're so indignant.
Would the moderator like to step in so that I can finish what I'm saying?
Please, Matt. Please. How dare someone have an opposing worldview?
I'm not going to sit here and dignify what was supposed to be a debate about Christianity versus secular humanism, which one's better for the world,
Yes.
with someone who clearly showed up with an agenda that has nothing to do with that.
I just like
Someone who refers to trans people as deranged lunatics who will self-terminate if you dare to question them.
How am I wrong, Matt?
How is he wrong? How is he wrong? How is he wrong? Let's look at the stats. They're more likely to commit suicide. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube. Hopefully, I don't get strike. Than others because of the. I mean, how is he wrong? Matt is such a sissy right here. Such a sissy.
Someone who misrepresents a quote from a debate where I said I wouldn't make a law about 9-year-olds having sex being legal with respect to the 9-year-olds, not that I was in any way in favor of it and that I was actually opposed to it, which I addressed during that debate. But moreover, this is not remotely an honest interaction on the front of whether or not secular humanism is valuable. Because this, when he presented his position here, has nothing to do with secular humanism. From the get-go, it's all about me. Matt thinks, Matt thinks, Matt thinks. I'm giving what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks.
Matt's position.
I came in with the Secular Humanist Manifesto. I came in with positions that aren't just that aren't merely my position.
Oh, well, as long as multiple people hold the position, it
this
makes it
guy's
valid.
not serious, and I'm leaving. James, if you want a refund, you
Well,
let me
good
know.
day, sir.
Wow.
And I'll cover your refund, Mr.
Cool.
Matt.
He just said he'd cover my
I
refund.
would cover his refund.
No. Nope. Nope. No, I'm not going to dignify a debate
So
with
ridiculous.
someone who walked in to trash talk people and be smug and all of the things that he's doing right now. He's already said he will cover my expenses. You don't have anything to worry about. This debate is over. Goodbye.
Wow.
Jackass.
Did you call me a jackass, Matt? Well, you and your husband have a good day, Matt. Have a wonderful day, Matt.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so I'm going to stop it right there. You know, does Matt Dillahunty now have a husband? I know when he was started in the atheist movement, I know he was married, I think, to a woman, and he got divorced. And then he married this chick that was crazy, like she was like super far left, and they were into like sharing partners and all kind of shit. And then is he gay now? I mean, did the atheist movement make Matt Dillahunty gay? I don't know. I mean shit, it probably did, but where did he go? What this is just shows you how much of a piece of shit crybaby Matt Dillahunty is. If it doesn't go his way, I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna leave, and I'm not want to debate nobody anymore because I can't justify what I'm saying. You know, Andrew brought up one of the hot topics. One of the most important things that needs to be talked about is how the secular movement is into saying that men can be women, which is bullshit. I mean, so I think that Andrew destroyed Matt here, and I think that Matt Dillahunty is a bitch for quitting instead of trying to justify his whatever the fuck he wants to justify. It's just sad, dude. Matt Dillahunty is a beast when it comes to when it fits his narrative. But when somebody comes out and challenges him, oh, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to do this. I can't do this because I'm a sissy. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Andrew destroyed Matt right here, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then after this, I'm not going to show it because it'd make the video too long. You know, the atheists in the crowd, which are atheists that I've seen debate on the modern day debate several times, comes up and tries to say all kind of bullshit to Andrew. But it's just sad, dude. It's sad that when Andrew confronted him with one of the most important topics of the secular movement, he couldn't handle it and ran like a bitch. What a sad soul. What a sad soul. I appreciate you watching, man. Till next time. See ya.